I just can't tell you how happy I am that today is finally arrived.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Well, speaking of the governor, he was there as applause rang out when the first COVID-19 vaccines were distributed at long-term care facilities this morning. Thanks for joining us at 5, everybody. I'm Yolanda Harris.
And I'm Andrew Kinsey. Nursing homes and assisted living centers have been hit hard by this pandemic. Chief investigative reporter Bennett Haberly has a look at the distribution efforts and the citations some have received.
Thank you.
How do you feel about being number one?
Great.
Governor Mike DeWine and other civic leaders congratulated residents of the Crown Point Care Center in Columbus, who were among the first long-term care patients in Ohio to receive the coronavirus vaccine.
We know that for families in Ohio to know that we have started vaccinating in the nursing homes and that fairly soon their loved one will be able to get a vaccination is just so very, very important.
Health Department data updated this week shows Crown Point currently has 35 patients with COVID-19, more than a third of its 100 patients who tested positive this year. 2 other Columbus facilities to receive the vaccine this week, Highbanks and Woodview, currently have a combined total of 4 patients with COVID. Pete Van Ronkel with the Ohio Healthcare Association, which represents long-term care providers in Ohio, told us this week about the importance of vaccinating these patients and those who care for them.
It's been well documented that, anywhere from 40 to 70% of the deaths from COVID come from that long-term services and supports population. So they're the most at risk, and we need to protect them. So vaccinating the staff keeps the staff from getting COVID and bringing it into the facility. Vaccinating the residents helps them in case something does come in, that they would then be protected. So it's incredibly important.
More vaccinations are expected at long-term care facilities next week.
But 10 Investigates found the 3 facilities to receive the vaccine here in Columbus have also had to make recent corrections to how they care for patients, including Crown Point, which was recently issued a plan of correction related to COVID.
While the facility is now in compliance with infection control, during a late October inspection, a state health inspector found 4 residents in the common area at the end of the 500 hallway without masks on. A nurse stated 2 other residents were diagnosed as having COVID and residing on that same area. The facility was given a plan of correction where it conducted checks encouraging residents, including those in the dementia unit, to wear masks and socially distance themselves when outside of their rooms. That plan of correction was completed late last month. Bennett Haberly, 10 TV News.
Now, we reached out to Crown Point for comment, but haven't heard back yet. A spokesman for Governor DeWine told us in part, quote, every nursing home resident and caregiver deserves COVID-19 vaccines. Past citations are no reason to withhold a life-saving vaccine from residents in need of this vital new layer of protection.